Hi everybody, it's Tawny V, and I just want to start this video by apologizing. I know I have shitty lighting, but I'm really sunburnt right now, and I was able to cover it up on my face, but the rest of me is red, like lobster red, like the most sunburnt I've ever been in my entire life. And that's not saying much because I don't sunburn easily. I don't tan easily either, but I'd never sunburn. And I mean, I've never ever blistered from a sunburn. I've never had any of that, but this is definitely the worst sunburn I've ever had. I'm completely red. Anyways, today's video is going to be a story time video about a girl, and I'm not even going to hide her name, her identity whatsoever. Her name is Emily, and she's a bitch. Okay, and I'm not gonna slut shame, but I mean, come on. You'll find out. There's reasons that I have to slut shame her. But I'm not gonna. Not yet, anyways. Maybe later in the video. Alright, let's get started. So this girl, Emily, and I was little, 12, 13. We were friends, okay? She's 3 years younger than me, so she would have been 10 or whatever. But we were friends. And we hung out with the same people, but eventually she moved away, and then I moved away, and then whatever. I didn't see her for years. And I had moved to this new town, and I was friends with this group of people, and it was basically just one huge family, and then 5 other people that just hung out with this huge family. And this family is just all a bunch of cousins that just all hang out with each other. And yeah. So I had dated this guy, and we'll call him David, for my jaw got stuck, sorry. I had dated David for 3 years, on and off, and then we broke up for a little bit, and this other guy, that his name doesn't matter, he had started begging me to date him for a month. And finally I was like, yeah, fine, sure, fine, let's go out. It's been a month of you just begging me, fine, we'll date. And right away, the first weekend that we had started dating, we went to this party at Emily's house with him and all of his cousins. He was one of the cousins in this big group of cousins that all hung out. So it was me, him, all of his cousins, my best friend, and Emily, who was actually soon to be his cousin because her dad was marrying one of his aunts. And so we were all hanging out, whatever. And me and my best friend, who I had brought to this party, we were not drinking, and I was just hey, we're gonna go. I have to be home by a certain time. Everybody else was drinking, and I was just I really have to be home by whatever time it was that I had to be home by. So I left the party. My boyfriend was still there. Emily, obviously, was her house. She was still there. Everybody was still there. Just me and my best friend left. Then, the next weekend after that, I find out that he had cheated on me that weekend that I was there with Emily. And then the next weekend, the weekend that it currently was, the day before, with Emily. What the fuck, bitch? You slept with my boyfriend twice in a week span. What is wrong with you? Anyways, so I broke up with him. It was a lot of fun because it was hilarious. I just kept bashing him and bashing him and bashing him and making him look retarded. And I stopped being friends with her. I was I'm just never going to talk to you again. It's not like I went out of my way to be malicious towards her. I was just no, not talking to you anymore. I'm done with you as a person. You don't exist. and went on with my life because we went to separate schools, but she was just family with the friends that I hung out with. And her dad ended up marrying these people's aunt, whatever, and I had I dated David a little bit longer. Sorry, I didn't know if there was somebody out there. I dated David a little bit longer after that, and then we broke up officially for real. And I started dating this guy named John. And David started dating Emily. I wasn't very happy about this. I am very, I strongly believe that you don't date your serious friend, your friend's serious exes. Now, as far as I knew, she was still cool with me. She apologized a bunch when the cheating scandal happened and all that stuff. She was cool with me. I just ignored her. I didn't have anything to do with her. So I was like, whoa. You don't date your friend's serious exes. Like, anyways. So they started dating. And I was dating John, and all of a sudden I get a text from David one day, and they'd only been dating a month and a half, 2 months, whatever. And I get a text from David, and he was like, I'm not happy. I don't want to be with Emily anymore. I'm done. I want to break up with her. Will you just be with me? I'm buying a house. You want to move in with me? All this blah, 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 all this stuff. And I was like, no, I'm in a relationship now. I'm not going to leave him for you. Like I said, we had dated on and off for 4 years. I had left boyfriends for him because I was in love with him, whatever. I was a little kid. I was young. I was in love with him. But I told him no. And I find out a week later, and he found out at the same time because he and my family are really close friends. David and my family, like my parents. And so when he found out, he instantly told my parents, and my parents told me. I find out a week after I get these text messages that she was pregnant and had purposely gotten pregnant. He didn't try and get pregnant. He didn't want a baby, but she purposely got pregnant to keep him, to trap him and keep him around. And that just, oh my God, that pushed me over the edge. I was like, whoa, bitch, you're now purposely trying to have a baby with my ex to trap him into this relationship that he clearly doesn't want to be in. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you as a human being? Anyways, so I'm dating John. I just whatever. Don't care about these people. John also is one of Emily's now cousins because her parents, they got married. Okay. And I dated John for 4 years. And we broke up. I had went out to a party and David was there. And Emily wasn't. And David was telling me about how much he hated being in this relationship with Emily. He didn't want to be with her anymore. But he was stuck because they just literally their son was just born and all this stuff, and they have a son together and all this stuff. he was like, I can't leave her. I don't want to leave her because of our son, but I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. I hate her as a person, all this stuff. And he was like, I wish I could just be with you, blah, blah, blah. And I was stupid and drunk and ended up kissing him. I was single. He just wasn't. And then we went our separate ways, whatever. And a few weekends later, we were at a party, and I was there, he was there, David was there, and Emily was also there with David this time. And we were just drinking and stuff, and like a tradition, because I always hung out with David because he was friends with my parents, so I seen him all the time. A tradition that we had was if one of us had apple pucker, we shared it with each other and only each other. That was just our thing. And I had a bottle of apple pucker. So I grabbed David's sleeve in this ginormous crowd of people. So I couldn't see anything. I just knew that he was right there. And so I grabbed his sleeve to try and hand him the bottle of pucker. And she grabs my hand. Emily grabs my hand. She's like, get the fuck off my boyfriend, you little skank, and blah, blah, blah. And she just goes off on me. And I'm just laughing because I was drunk and I really didn't care. All I was trying to do was share a drink. Whatever. And so then, some time goes by. Those two break up forever. They're done. And turns out he cheated on her with one of my best friends, which I was instantly pissed. I was like, why didn't you just tell me? I would have been fine eventually. I need some time to get over it, but eventually I would have been fine if you would have just told me. But she lied to me about it and all this stuff. Anyways, not the point of the story. They broke up, and Emily sleeps with John, the other guy that I was with for 4 years, who, by the way, is now and has been for many years her cousin. She slept with her cousin. Granted, by marriage, but she calls them her cousins. It's just you hate me that much that you have to sleep with John, the guy that I had been with for 4 years. And he was so mad at me because I broke up with him. He was so mad at me that he would sleep with her knowing that I hate her. Anyways, eventually she ended up dating my best friend who had ended up with David. Emily started dating her brother and got pregnant with her brother right away also. Probably on purpose again. All this stuff. She's just a horrible human being who really likes to ruin people's lives. But whatever. She's a little biatch and she's out of my life and I don't care about her anymore because I'm happy. I'm with the love of my life who I'm going to marry. I don't give a shit. Bye, Felicia. Go. See ya. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. Actually do, because that'd be really funny. But anyways, that was a story about Emily. Please subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every Monday and Wednesday normally. I mean, it might just be 2 random days during the week, but I'll do my best. Bye.